Let's start with a startling truth. Vampires, as we think of them today, are not just a product of medieval Europe. The concept of beings who drink the life essence of others spans nearly every ancient civilization. From Mesopotamia to Greece, Rome, and beyond, these bloodthirsty entities weren't just creatures of the night. They were reflections of societal fears, cultural beliefs, and humanity's age-old fascination with immortality. Take ancient Mesopotamia, for example. Here we find the Lilitu, a demonic figure often described as a night spirit that preyed on the weak, particularly pregnant women and children. Sound familiar? The Lilitu would later influence the Hebrew myth of Lilith, another blood-drinking entity shrouded in darkness. In Greek mythology, there's the story of Lamia, a queen turned monster after being cursed by Hera. Lamia, driven by grief and madness, hunted children drinking their blood. The Greeks also spoke of the Empusa, a shape-shifting demon with one leg of brass and the other of a mule, who seduced and drained men of their life force. The Romans feared the Strigoi, vampiric witches who could transform into birds or wolves, swooping down on the unsuspecting to suck their blood. These beings were often linked to death and disease, cementing their role as harbingers of doom in Roman culture. And then there are the Upirs of Slavic folklore, perhaps the closest precursor to the vampires of popular culture. These undead creatures were said to rise from their graves to terrorize villages, drinking the blood of the living and spreading fear wherever they went. Despite their differences, these legends share a haunting similarity. They all wrestle with humanity's fear of death, the unknown, and the corruption of life itself. Vampires, or their ancient counterparts, weren't just monsters. They were symbols of everything society feared: disease, betrayal, forbidden desires, and the inevitability of mortality. But perhaps the most fascinating thread connecting these myths is the concept of immortality. Across cultures, blood-drinking beings were seen as those who had cheated death, living forever, but at a terrible cost. This idea of achieving eternal life through unnatural means struck a deep chord with ancient societies. After all, isn't the quest for immortality one of humanity's oldest obsessions? What makes these legends even more